Alright guys, welcome back to another video.
Oh my god! Wow!
Today we're going to be doing 10 plus tips for search and destroy. Last time I did this video was for Cold War, and I thought I'd do it for this game since there's a couple things that you guys probably don't know. And they're actually good tips. They're not tips that you would, for the most part, already know. These are tips that you probably don't know because I didn't even know them until I played this game. So yeah, anyways, let's get into the video. All right guys, so tip number one is your footsteps. So if you look at my perk 1, I'm running ghost, so it's not ninja, and by default when you're just walking you hear footsteps, but if you actually ADS, they're silent. The other team can't hear it at all. Same thing with crouching, they can't hear it at all. And surprisingly, with sliding, even though it sounds loud on your side, they can't hear it on their side. So it sounds pretty loud, but trust me, I've done this 100 times. They can't hear you slide. They can hear you run afterwards, so it's something you want to use like in very unique circumstances. I recommend ADS walking for the most part, or you can just crouch too, but it's kind of slow. Yeah, anyways, next one. All right guys, tip number 2 is your brightness. So if you are on PC, I recommend using NVIDIA. If you don't have NVIDIA, or if you're on console, just use the in-game brightness, and basically you just want to turn it up. So by default, this is how the game looks like. It's kind of gloomy and it's kind of dark, specifically like inside the buildings. See how it's kind of dark? If you just turn on the NVIDIA, it becomes bright, bro. It's like running night vision from Minecraft. So yeah, if you don't have this, just use the in-game settings. Make sure everything is visible, but don't have it too bright because then it becomes too grayish and white. Yeah, make sure your brightness is up so you can actually see inside buildings pretty easy. So tip 3 is smoke grenades and impact grenades. In S&D, dude, smoke bombs are crucial, especially if you're a solo player and you want to like flank or hold down the bomb site. Specifically on this map, A is literally given to freaking offense for free, and so your entire team basically has to defend A as soon as the map starts. I think defense starts here. So for example, what you could do to defend A easily is just run over here, throw smoke, break this, and then just shoot it. Now you'll probably get grenaded and impact grenaded, so you may have to wait a little bit if they're actually good players and they're aware that you can actually be here. But after that, falls down or whatever, you just throw your smoke, come over here, watch the bomb. If they haven't already planted, if they did, good luck, because it's kind of hard to break. But yeah, smoke grenades are really freaking crucial in this map, and so are impact grenades. Usually grenades in this game don't kill. They're mostly used for like checking a area with hit markers or breaking breakables. I usually use it for breaking breakables. Like for example on this map, instead of just breaking each one individually, just throw it in the middle. It breaks. It was supposed to break down, but I guess not. Broke 2 of them. So yeah, it's a good way to look into your area that has barriers just by throwing an impact grenade. And yeah, you basically just want to use it for checking areas instead of using it for an actual lethal, because they aren't lethal, dude. They're freaking trash. Tip 4 is the movement speed. So the fastest movement speed you can get in this game currently, without any glitches or cheats or whatever, is this pistol. So I've seen a lot of people run the melee and it's not faster. If you look at the speed, it's pretty, it's not significantly slower, but it's a little bit slower. I recommend running this pistol with these attachments specifically, and you'll actually save half a second. I already did the test. It takes around 6.5 seconds to get from that side to this side with a pistol, and it takes around 7 seconds to get from this side to that side with a regular knife. So it's not a big difference, but when you're trying to get to a bomb site first and hold a head glitch, that half a second counts. So this is what I recommend running. But if you don't have the attachments, you don't feel like upgrading it, just run the knife. That's okay. But yeah, this is the fastest movement speed if you want it. Okay, so tip 5 is your accuracy attachment. If you look at the cons of this attachment, you'll notice that it's -1 accuracy. And basically, to put it simple, accuracy is your horizontal recoil. I'm actually prefer having accuracy attachments over recoil attachments because recoil in this game is literally like not even here. Mostly horizontal recoil is what messes you up. For example, this gun has attachments that only affect the gun negatively in terms of accuracy. So if I'm not going to hold down or anything, I'm just going to shoot, and you'll look at the pattern. So you see how it just went from side to side and going up at the same time? Yeah, this is what the gun will do if you don't have any accuracy attachments, or if you are targeting accuracy, you know, in terms of bringing it down. And if you actually, let me switch this class. If you actually equip attachments that are helping accuracy, look at this. See how straight that is? And it's so easy to control recoil in this game. Literally, all you have to do is just hold down. So yeah, I recommend running accuracy over recoil attachments because vertical is honestly so easy to handle. Horizontal is something you can't. So run accuracy perks or attachments if you can. I highly recommend it. So tip 6 is your silencers and subsonic ammo. So if you didn't know, they do the same thing. So if you look at the bottom row of the subsonic ammo, it says here that the concealment is 0, which basically means anytime you shoot, you're not going to pop up on the minimap at all. And if you look at the silencer, it's exactly the same thing. So you can run one or the other. So you don't have to run subsonic ammo. A lot of people get confused because subsonic ammo has the pros saying no minimap ping, whereas silencers don't. So you just automatically assume that you would have to run subsonic, but that's not the case. As far as running which silencer, it all depends on the weapon. I prefer running recoil control because it helps your horizontal and vertical. But if your horizontal recoil control is really bad, then I recommend running the MX silencer in this case. But keep in mind, it does damage your ADS. So you'd have to kind of balance and see which one fits perfectly for that gun. But yeah, I for the most part, I do recommend this one. But in some cases, you do have to run this just because of the horizontal recoil control. Alright guys, so tip 7 is the bomb sites. For the most part, in every single map, defense will always get to the bomb site first, so they have a chance to defend. But there are some exceptions. For example, this map, Dome, the offense team can literally get to the bomb site before defense can. And if they plant it, that's game over. So if you're on defense, literally, as soon as you spawn, run over here, throw your freaking grenades, and make sure they don't plant it, because if they do, that's basically game over. In pubs, almost no one is aware of the map, so if you're a solo player, make sure that this plant doesn't go down because it's hard to freaking defuse it. Tip 8 is dead silence. So in this game, it does work similar to Modern Warfare, but it's a little bit different. So when you activate it and you get a kill, it does still reset, but the benefit is it also keeps you off the radar. So if the enemy calls in a UAV, you just pop your dead silence, and even if you're still, it doesn't detect you. So with the regular ghost perk, you have to be moving, but with dead silence, you can be still and it'll still keep you off the radar. That comes in handy. So you can use dead silence either as a rushing perk or as a perk to hide from the UAVs. I recommend combining them so you can kind of, you know, take them out real quick while being silent. But that's a tip if you guys didn't know. Dead silence keeps you off the map even when you're still. They have UAV. Alright guys, so tip number 9 is God spots for bomb sites. So on this map, there is a few, or 2 that I know of. Each map will have its own specific God spots. If you don't know any, I just recommend looking some up on YouTube or just finding your own. They're pretty easy to find, honestly. So for example, if you have the bomb and you're on offense and the enemy team knows the A site is so easy to plant, what you could do is literally just run over here, assuming that no one else is going to push. You know, you obviously need to watch out for enemies. For the most part, there'd be like 1 or 2 enemies pushing this way. But assuming the rest of the team pushes that way, you don't get a chance to plant it. What you could do is just run over here, assuming you don't die. Get the bomb down, plant it, blah, blah, blah. And then you run over here, clear any enemies that might, you know, I can't freaking pull out my gun. Enemies might be head glitching. Basically just want to clear out this entire section so you can actually get in the God spot, and hoping that the enemy team that pushed A are now flanking to B. So over here it's clear. What you could do is just come up here and literally, oops, just watch. I can't even get up here, dude. Watch the bomb. So this is just one God spot for B. There's obviously multiple, but this is the one that I've been using. It's actually pretty useful. You could also just throw a smoke bomb. I don't have one, but yeah, just to cover yourself for a while. And for A, this is a defense spot. So if you know the enemy team is about to play A, you can just run over here, throw a grenade, throw your smoke, break this, and watch this little corner. You can jump, see if someone's, you know, planting it prone, and that's a nice little god spot. But you have to keep in mind that enemies know about this spot, so they're most likely going to grenade you. So what I recommend doing actually is throw your grenade, wait for their grenade to come over here. I would actually stand back a bit because gammon bombs have a freaking large ass blast radius. But once that happens, run over here quick, because most likely your smoke bomb is gone. Or you can throw it after the gammon bombs fly down and just pre-aim it. You obviously don't want to stay here forever. It's most likely like a quick peek. You can also just jump shot. I don't use a sniper, I just happen to have it in hand. I would recommend like an AR. You can shoot here, shoot here. You basically have their entire spawn down. Expect some people over here, but hopefully your teammates got it. But yeah, there's so many spots, dude, literally. I recommend planting a bomb and getting in a god spot instead of just camping in a corner, you know, like this or something. Then I mean, this works too, but god spots are better in my opinion. Anyways, let's move on. Tip 10 is pre-aim everything. So in this game, I don't know why they made it as it is, but you can literally die in 2 shots. 3 is okay, you know, 4 is okay, but 2, that's crazy. 1 for snipers is understandable. So, and shotguns, bro. Shotguns are literally snipers in this game. So you literally just have to pre-aim everything. And when I mean everything, I literally mean every freaking corner. If you don't know if you don't know an enemy's there, then pre-aim it. Just literally pre-aim everything, dude. Just don't pre-fire because you're gonna reveal your location. Just, you know, you just basically want to stay on your toes. You can even do your little YY, bro. Your little triangle, do whatever you want. Just pre-aim everything. So for the final tip, and it's a tip that almost everyone knows, it's the tip of the stick. Alright guys, so the final tip is sliding versus jumping. Now I'm going to assume that everybody knows what slide canceling is. It's just circle X to control your slide, and then just regular, you know, jumping. So the main difference between these two is the distance you go. So let's say you know an enemy is in this corner and you're 100% sure. I recommend jumping. So you could just, I messed up my freaking bunny hop. You just, oh my god, I messed it up again. I shot late, but you know what I mean. Okay, yeah. So that's honestly gonna break their freaking aim. No, I'm kind of getting mad I can't hit that. Anyways, that's what I recommend using a jump for. If you know where the enemy is exactly. A slide is mostly for checking corners without actually knowing anyone's there. Kind of like pre-aiming, but with the slide. So let's say there's an enemy, I don't know, in that building. I don't want to freaking jump to check. I don't want to be like, that's actually a good example because of this building. But let's say this building wasn't there and you don't. Instead, you're going to want to go back into this area. So what I recommend is going like this. You see how like jumping takes so long? You can't control the distance. So sliding is mostly for checking areas you don't know where an enemy is. Jumping is to confirm the kill. You know, you want to break their freaking aim. And yeah, so just be aware when to use jump and when to use slide cancel. Anyways, that's gonna wrap up the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, comment, tell your mom I said what's up, and see you next time. Peace.